Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome to the Centurions Review, the punk rock band of wargame review institutions. Since there's been this pandemic, I've been at home like everyone else, stuck in the house, because in Illinois you're not really supposed to leave your house other than to get groceries, and that's about it. So I've been playing a lot of games, so I just want to show you guys what I've been playing and tell you a little bit about it. Here's Assault on Mount Everest. This is, as far as I know, the first game that was made about climbing Mount Everest. This belongs to my friend. He just wrote a really nice review of it on my website. Go check it out. I'll put a link to it in the description. But there's a simple game here and a complex game. I played the simple game, and in the simple game, you're basically trying to get provisions and assault packs up the mountain, and as you use your Sherpas and so forth to bring them up the mountain, anyone who's in any of the camps, there's camps 1 through 8, needs to eat. So as you're bringing provisions up, anyone who's left behind in a camp, for every 8 people up there, they use 1 provision. The problem is, if you leave just 1 person up there, they still use just 1 provision, even though a provision's good for 8 people. So it's basically a logistics game, and you're trying to get your assault packs and your climbers up to the top of the mountain, and there's little random effects and stuff. And so when you finally get to Camp 8, you can start and try and do some assaults on Mount Everest, is what they call them. So you bring your assault packs, and a lot of times the assault pack isn't going to get you all the way up and down, so what you'll have to do is take like 2 guys and go partway up there and leave some assault units behind for later people to get, so they'll come up and maybe go up 1,500 feet or something, and then grab the assault equipment you left behind, so they got more oxygen to make it to the top and bottom. It's a hard game even in easy mode. Just getting to everything to Camp 8 so you can start making assaults is not easy. It takes some serious planning, and you're going to make some mistakes. Before I was able to get someone to the top of Mount Everest and down, I had to play this game 3 times in a row, and so it's a hard game. And then as far as the complex rules, with the complex rules, you also have to bring up non-perishable equipment like tents and stuff, so it's even harder to do. And there's more rules for the assault and stuff to make it more detailed. So I really like the game, though, even though it's a hard game. It is a fun game, and I think they did a really good job. Alright, next one I've been playing is Kriegspiel. Everyone warned me how bad this is. Well, I played it. This also has simple rules and later on complex rules, which are really optional rules that you can use. As far as the simple game's real easy to learn. It's just like maybe one page of rules. It's real short. It's fun to play, but in the simple game, it seems like whoever is doing the best on turns 1 and 2 is going to win. So it's like the game is like determined very early, even though you get reinforcements that start on turn 4 and stuff. I don't know. It just seemed like if you're winning early in the game, you're going to win the game. So anyhow, later on I played the complex rules, where I added in the air power rules and a bunch of other rules, and also in addition to reinforcements, you get replacements if any of your guys get killed and so forth. But it was kind of the same thing. I mean, obviously with the more complex rules it was better, but it was the same thing. It seems like once you get in a rut, if you're like getting your ass kicked after like the 2nd turn, you're just going to lose the game. Even with the replacements and reinforcements, you're just not going to be able to win. So I don't know. The game's alright, it's fun to play, but I wouldn't consider it like a serious game where you're going to have serious competition with it due to the fact that the game is determined too early in the game. But it plays quick, and it is fun to play, though. Here's one that I actually played online this weekend. GaryCon got canceled, but they decided to have virtual GaryCon. So they had a game of this, Fight in the Skies, that was online. I played it. I had never tried the game before. It's a fun game to play and stuff. The rules are pretty simple. I just didn't like playing it on the computer. I would have rather played it on the board. One of the reasons I play board games is to get away from the computer. I'm a software engineer, so I'm in front of, and I run my own website and all that other stuff. So I'm in front of a computer constantly. So what I like about board games is I get away from technology for a few hours at a time and just have fun without having to have a keyboard and a monitor in front of me. As far as, yeah, like I said, the game's fine and stuff. It has the same I wouldn't call it deficiency. The same problem all air combat games have that are three-dimensional and are doing it on a two-dimensional board. What you see is not what you get. You look at the board and you may see two airplanes that look like they're close to each other, but if you check their altitudes on another sheet, they could actually be pretty far apart. So that's one problem with trying to do a three-dimensional game on a two-dimensional board. I played a game, I think it was Top Gun, the board game it might have been, and that one was an air combat game, but if I recall correctly, it was all two-dimensional, though I really liked that one. This game is good, but yeah, it's just got that three-dimensional problem that you get it when you play a three-dimensional air combat game on a two-dimensional board, but it is a good game. Alright, here's one here. Here is Quest. I played this. Essentially, you get a quest you have to do at the beginning of the game, and I played this about a week ago, so I don't remember the rules perfectly, because I play so many damn games, I forget rules really quick. But you get a quest, and you get to move like 3 spaces per turn or something, and there's like no terrain effects, and after you move, you draw a card, and there might be an encounter, and then you try to resolve the encounter, and if you take too much damage, you go back to the round table and you have to start your quest all over again. I think like a youth or something would like this game, someone who's really young, but it's not really suitable for an adult. If you're an adult, don't buy this unless you plan on playing it with your kids or something, but if you're going to play it just with other adults, it's not for you, but it was interesting to try nevertheless. And here's Wizard's Quest from Avalon Hill. This is pretty cool. I played it solo. It's actually a game meant for playing with two players. But solo it was alright, but I could tell while playing it that if I was playing against an actual opponent, they would have been so much better. But it's not a bad game. It's kind of like feels a little bit like an area control game, but it really isn't. You're looking for 3 items, and your opponent has hidden these items in various castles. So the 3 items are hidden there, and then there's a blank item that I assume is a dummy counter. The rules don't say anything about it, but I used it in the game. So each side hides the dummy count, the 3 real things in the dummy counter, and each side's going after them. And there's also some orcs on the board, and the orcs can interfere with you and attack you and so forth. Or sometimes you have to attack them so you can get closer to your item. It wasn't a bad game. I mean, it's not the greatest game ever made, but I mean, for an old game, it's good. Actually, even nowadays, when you play it, it seems good, and I think it would be even better if you're playing against an actual opponent rather than solo. But anyhow, I just wanted to show you guys the games I've been keeping myself occupied with during this zombie apocalypse. Why don't you guys post in the comments section and let us know what games you've been keeping yourself occupied with while we're all locked in our own houses. Have a good evening.